We're living in a world where there is so much going on. Terrorism is a threat everywhere. ISIS is on the rise in the Middle East. Hundreds of thousands of people have become refugees, fleeing in hopes of finding safety and refuge from all the violence. Every day, 5,600 people contract AIDS. According to the World Bank, in 2012, 12.7% of the population lived in poverty. That's 896 million people. Made in the future. The theme of TED Youth 2015. As I sat on my chair, wondering what this could possibly mean, I decided to go to the TED website. The TED website stated that TED Youth 2015 is an opportunity for youth to be able to see the world in 2035. Well, from all this, I don't think there will be a world for us to see in 2035. We've probably abused and destroyed Earth so much that the world will cease to exist. New research published in the journal Nature says that 15 billion trees are cut down each year. How is that relevant to this? Well, first off, trees clean our air. They reduce heat by trapping pollutants. When you put trees together, they create carbon sinks. The trees trap carbon dioxide, which is a suspect for global warming. Instead of releasing it into the atmosphere as a greenhouse gas, they trap it within themselves. But most importantly, trees enable us to breathe. Our bodies breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. Trees do the complete opposite. They breathe in carbon dioxide and breathe out oxygen. So in essence, when we are destroying our trees, we're destroying our lifeline. Not about that negative stuff. I know it's negative. Let's talk about something more positive. Something that has changed and revolutionized the world. Technology. One of, if not the greatest phenomenon that has happened to the human race. Technology has enabled us to do things that were not possible 20 years ago. Technology enables us to stay connected with one another. Facebook, Line, Snapchat, Instagram, all enable us to stay connected with those we care and love about. All of this was designed to be good, to keep us connected. But over time, instead of connecting us, it has disconnected us. Facebook was designed as a social network site. Now, it's more of an anti-social network site. Because we would now rather sit behind our screens and scroll through our newsfeed and chat to people. Because when you chat, you don't have to express emotions. We now Snapchat our moments instead of actually being there and enjoying it. Because we're so obsessed with telling the world what we're doing. All those touch screens have made us lose touch. We've lost what it means. We've lost the definition of what it means to be human. So what does it exactly mean to be human? To be human means to feel deep emotions. To feel incredibly happy and then heartbroken sad. To be human means to touch the world and feel the world. To understand that we are not perfect and neither is anyone else. But everybody's doing their best. So we do our best, trying to help as many people as possible. So we collaborate with one another. We care for one another and we love one another. But in the midst of all this, we're presented with another question. What does it mean to love? I've asked different people on their definition of love. And for each person I asked, I got a different response. Does this then mean that love is different for each one of us? Perhaps. But I refuse to believe that. Because if love really is different for each one of us, how are we to teach others how to love? This was when I decided that I would go through the different responses I got and try to come up with a definition that I believe would work for everyone. I believe that love is when you allow someone to come into your life, so they become a part of you, so that their happiness becomes your happiness, and their sadness, your sadness. So in essence, when people love one another, by this definition, it shows that we genuinely care for one another. Because the only way we can share each other's happiness and sadness is if we are intimately close. And isn't that what life is really all about? A journey we're all on, a journey that is not so easy, but we have one another, where we can share happiness, our sadness, and we can help one another. So yes, the world may be messed up, and we've messed ourselves up too. But I still believe that the world is beautiful, because the world is made up of people, and people are beautiful. Yes, the world may be messed up, but it doesn't have to be. The choice is in our hands. We can either accept it for what it is, or we can change it. We are, in essence, recipients of the future. 2035 is in our hands. If we plan on seeing 2035, we need to start being conscious of what we're doing now. Ellen, who hosts the Ellen Show, once said, if we're destroying our environments, our trees, and hurting animals, and hurting one another, and all that stuff, there has to be a very powerful energy to fight that. I think we need more kindness, more joy, more compassion, and more laughter. I definitely want to contribute to that. Thank you.